getting into all the gas, and letting all the ships on all the oceans drop down to the bottom. It will not blow out the bottom of the sea and let all the water run down the hole. It will not destroy gravity. I am not an atomic playboy. I am not an atomic playboy. Atomic playboy. I am not an atomic playboy. Atomic playboy.
Yeah, I'm Steve Stevens of Atomic Playboys, and we're in Los Angeles, California.
Oh, when the big boys meet on the Vegas Strip, yeah. Oh, when the SDI has a gun in his head. Oh, there's a gleam in his eye as he shakes your hand and he leads you. And he's selling plans on to walk away and deceive you.
With the exception of my vocalist, Perry McCarty, these are largely people that I've worked with before. They've all been fired out of Billy Idol's group, actually. No, they're... Tommy Price, who played drums on the record, was with Billy Idol. Phil Ashley, the keyboardist on the album, and with us now as a permanent member. I had worked in sort of a pre-production capacity, demoing up things with Billy Idol as well. Perry McCarty, I sort of set about a year and a half time to find a vocalist. So I found Perry actually through a tape that was produced by Ronnie James Dio. And he showed up on my doorstep in, like, you know, running shoes and all this, and I thought, great, at least he didn't give a fuck about, you know, the hair and all this other stuff, because people can misperceive how important that is to me. I look like this because I've always looked like this. And, you know, even when I was, you know, 15 years old, you know, this has been a large part of, you know, waking up in the morning for me. Otherwise, I'd sleep through the day, you know. To me, there's certain guitarists who are out there doing instrumental records which just sound like backing tracks in need of a singer. So I purposely wanted to avoid that. Plus the fact that I think that what people expect from Steve Stevens is not just the guitar thing, you know. I was telling someone the other day that really I always was nominated in polls by magazines that weren't guitar player magazines, you know, things like Rolling Stone record polls and Playboy's reader poll, things like that. And you don't even see my name in those kind of guitar magazines, although they still put me in there. Because I think I'm still primarily a rhythm guitar player, you know, and that's kind of the average Joe that goes out and buys a record is not going like this. He's going, yeah, that's what he wants to hear. You know, that's, you know, the Pete Townsends and the Jimmy Pages and, you know, and Hendrix, really, to a certain extent, you know, rhythm guitar stuff.
Now that you're leading your own band and sort of in charge, have you seen any aspects of the music industry or music business that maybe you've been sheltered from before that
that's
off guard or something?
That's probably one of the best questions anyone's ever asked me, yeah. You know, you become aware of things like, you know, different radio formats and things like that, and, you know, where your record's going on the Billboard chart or something like, stuff that I never watched. I mean, when we sold like 2.5 million copies on Rebel Yell, I didn't know where it was on a chart. I didn't know what radio stations it was being played on. I was just like, 21-year-old kid, like, wow, this is great, I'm actually in front of people who know my solos and things like that. That's all that mattered to me. The analogy of Atomic Playboy's music is if you took a white boy, myself, and put him in a neighborhood which was largely black and Puerto Rican, all my friends were listening to Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield. I mean, Superfly was the album, when I was a kid. And so if you take that sort of early progressive rock music with R&B, that's a close approximation of where my record is at.